is. Now, another program students can take is 1 year of web application diploma and 1 year at University of Fraser Valley in either robotics or digital manufacturing. Both high-end need programs, and you get a minimum of $80,000 per year, so it's very high demand. It's actually interesting. A lot of people who actually are in companies would be like the company would actually pay money for this individual to get that learning in robotics or digital manufacturing in another country like Germany, because not many actually have that program here in Canada. We do. And then another company will actually come pay that individual more than the company that actually brought them overseas, and they lose them. So it is a very high demand program as well. But interesting fact, international students cannot directly get into this program. It was originally made for domestic students only. But because of the connection and relationship we have with UFV, or University of Fraser Valley, we are now able to complete a bridge so students can get the same benefits as domestic students in this program. So it's a very ideal kind of situation. So another course that we do have is an advanced diploma in business. This program, it teaches you all about business and everything else that you need. So your accounting, marketing, sales, finance, so on and so forth. But it also implements a bit of technology as what companies are looking for. They want a mixture. And so we created that for them. With this program, students can go for 1 year with us and 1.5 years at University of Canada West and receive their Associates of Arts. So you're basically learning business, tech, and arts. But actually, it's interesting, I found out recently, you can actually major in a field. So you can be a major in marketing, a major in accounting, what else? A major in psychology. There's a different ways that you can actually do and major in those fields. So you would graduate as Associates of Arts with a major in, let's just say, marketing. So that's an interesting fact about the Associates of Arts program. The other way students can take is 2 years in our business diploma and 2 years at our 10 different university transfer options. So we have like Thompson Rivers University, University of Fraser Valley, University of Canada West, oh gosh, Trinity, Yorkville. There's a lot more. And so students can actually have the choice in where they want to go. And the last but not least, we also have our advanced diploma in computing software. So this program, it only has one option where you do 2 years with us, 2 years at, for example, TRU, Thompson Rivers University, or University of Prince Edward Island, and receive your bachelor's in computer science. So it's a great program. Students get onto their feet. With that program, they can actually be managers or CEOs, so on and so forth. So there are a lot of benefits that way. So what is going on with Canada, to be honest? And really, we are so much better than a lot of countries. We are taking care of each other. We are not wearing masks over here as like some people do. It is not a mandatory thing. However, it is a lot of benefits because we do make sure you're sanitizing. It is very clean over here. Our numbers are significantly low, especially in BC. BC had a couple jumps because people are, well, how do I say this in nice terms? They don't think. So they decide to have big parties, and that's where the issues do come in and jumps of COVID happens. However, in the mass majority of all MBC or even Canada, we are one of the best sets. It's always very clean over here. People are doing things. The movie theaters are open. What else is open? A lot of things are open. There's not certain things like clubs are not open, of course. and universities and colleges are not yet open, but we're hoping maybe by September, November, then we should be. But I can't guarantee anything because it depends on the second wave and when that does hit. But to be honest, and out of all the countries and keeping tabs of what is going on with COVID, definitely Canada is one of the safest areas right now, basis on this. And even with us, the great thing is also, even if you're studying from India, you're actually better set. So let's say you guys apply for September or November intake. That's fine. You can still do your studies online, and you actually have a greater chance of getting acceptance to come to Canada due to the fact that you're actually studying from a Canadian college or Canadian university. And so that actually increases your chances of getting a visa. For people who actually postpone, and this doesn't matter what college or university, that's just generally, if you postpone to like January, then the likelihood decreases significantly, just because it's like, well, you had the opportunity to study in a Canadian institution in September, why didn't you? And if it's online, is your true concept of actually coming overseas to actually study or just to stay? So in that mindset, that's why it's actually good to do online courses right now. And especially with the United States going in here, I've actually have to do a little bit more marketing down there because I feel really bad for the United States. I would not recommend. I don't even think they're allowing a lot of students to actually study down there due to the fact that Trump is kicking them out. They're kicking out international students. They keep on going back and forth if they're actually going to do it, but knowing him, he might 100%. I think he sort of started a couple times already, and so that's a very scary scenario. And it's just going to hurt their own economy, to be honest. So that's why I always say Canada is one of the safer places to go. You will not be kicked out. And actually, it's a lot easier to get your PGWP and your PR here than anything else. Students, you get into, I always screw this up, so don't mind me. I think it's grade A or like the top level management. You do that for 1 year, and then you can actually apply for your PR. And there's different concepts that are available, but because of COVID, they are increasing their acceptance for students for PR and PGWP even faster. Like, I think, what was it, 1 week they've had the most record in their lifetime so far was, what was it, 334, I do believe. And that's a huge significance. In 1 week, they accepted that many students for their PGWP/PR. So that's why I always say, like, if you guys want to come to Canada, this is a good time to do it. Good a time. It is rough, but there's good things that are going to come out of this as well. There's opportunities that are going to jump out, and it's just knowing to start, really. Yeah. So also I forgot to mention, with our college, the great thing is if students do like 1 year with us, they do not actually have to redo their IELTS in case the other university is higher. So for example, ours acceptance is a 6.0 with a minimum of 2 5.5 modules, and that's it. Now, if the other school overall is 6.5 or even 7, that will not matter for you guys, because now you guys get an automatic transfer if you meet the minimum requirement, which is 50% or no, 60%, and that's it. So that's a great benefit with you guys as well, from going from a college then to university. Also, fact, you also get more points from applying to a college and then going through the course and then going into a university. You get even more points, and having 2 diplomas. So all these will help you when you guys actually apply for your PR, if that is your end goal, of course. The only other requirements we have as well for our course is for the business and computer science is a minimum of 55% overall in the last year of your transcript. And for web development, we require 60% for your last year in your transcript, and that's it. So it's a more simpler cases, and it's not as complicated or higher marks, and so it helps you. Plus, we actually offer or provide your offer letter or your choice within 3 days. So you're not waiting along. Like for me, I applied for a few schools when I graduated, and sometimes it took weeks. With ours, because we are a computer science school, like our specialty is web development, you'll be able to find out within 3 days and no application fee. So that's a huge benefit in that aspect. Does anybody have any questions?
We have Anurag, we got Manisha, we got Harpreet and Yashika. I would suggest that since you were very keen for Canada and we got the expert, who just spoke to you, Miss Miranda Smith. She was speaking from Canada and she's there online. So why don't you just ask her your specific questions? How do you want? What are your concerns and what are you planning and all that, so that she's able to help you. Because this session may not be held later, because in fact, she's a very busy person. We dragged her out of the college to speak to you. She's got her own work lined up. So please ask her questions, take down the notes, and be on the way to a good education there. So please ask her questions, and let's move the session forward.
Very good morning, Manchanda sir, and